What was Brooklyn King Radio? It was pirate radio frequency 1002.96. It was raw. It was crazy. It wasn't hood. It was neighborhood. See, if it was going down in New York City or any of the 5 boroughs, we were on it. Before there were podcasts, there was Shoutcast Radio. Before there was iTunes, there was Winamp and LimeWire. And before there was anything called the Breakfast Club, there was already a show in New York with 2 crazy guys and 1 woman keeping it all together. These are the archives of Brooklyn King Radio, the wildest show that you never heard of.
That's what happened to Born Invincible. Born Invincible, the kid had white hair. All through his life, that nigga was using that Invincible style. Yo, they kicked him in the nuts so many times and shit, his voice was fucked up. His voice was high. Voice was high and he be laughing and shit. You can't beat me. Ha 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 ha. That nigga be talking that shit. And nobody could beat him. Nobody beat him. Niggas was, nigga would run up to him and kick him in the nuts. But his nuts wasn't his weak point. His nuts was not a weak point. His skin, none of that shit was a weak point. Born Invincible, in the end, you had to beat that nigga on a Sunday. That's how this shit worked. You beat that nigga on a Sunday and shit, and you could beat him. And he gotta be laughing. That's the way this shit go. Y'all watch the tape and tell me how it went. But it was some shit like that. I think you had to beat him on a Sunday and he had to be laughing. Are you serious? I don't know. But listen, no. Listen, as near as I know, you had to beat him while he was laughing. When he starts laughing, that's when he was weakened. All right?